339,200 tons of macadamia nuts. How do farmers manage such a massive harvest? Let's explore the fascinating world behind your favorite snack. The nut industry has deep roots in history, with walnuts and almonds being cultivated as far back as 7000 BCE. But harvesting macadamias, cashews, and pistachios? That's a whole different level of complexity. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to reveal the secret, intricate process of nut harvesting. From planting nuts to sorting nuts, every step is designed for perfection. Imagine the roar of machines shaking the trees, nuts tumbling down, and the sweet, earthy scent of freshly harvested macadamias filling the air as workers handpick only the very best. By the end of this video, you'll not only uncover the rich history of these beloved nuts, but also witness the cutting-edge techniques that bring them from farm to table. Ready to dive in? Let's explore. Macadamia. Can you picture a nut so unique that its past is steeped in mystery? The macadamia nut, once a rare find, is now in kitchens around the globe. Ever wonder why? Its buttery flavor and rich texture have turned it into a favorite for chefs and snack lovers alike. Packed with healthy fats and antioxidants, it's no surprise their demand has skyrocketed. But where did it all begin? Imagine the rugged wilds of Australia, long before Europeans arrived. Indigenous Australians were already savoring this nut's unique taste. It wasn't until the 19th century that European settlers stumbled upon these trees. What must it have been like tasting this exotic nut for the first time? By the late 1800s, they began cultivating the trees, sparking a new chapter in food history. As the world entered the 20th century, macadamias started making their way from Australia to Hawaii and beyond. Their rich, smooth flavor was soon loved in everything from cookies to gourmet cuisine. Now pause for a moment. Can you imagine the scale of the harvest today? It all starts with a seed or a young sapling. Picture warm sunlight and rich, well-drained soil. Farmers wait patiently as it takes 7 to 10 years for these trees to mature. It's a long journey, isn't it? With water, care, and patience, the trees finally bear their precious nuts. And when they're ready, well, that's when the magic happens. The machines hum to life and the sound of metal shaking the trees echoes across the farm. The air is filled with the smell of freshly harvested nuts. Farmers follow the process step by step, carefully gathering the nuts that will soon end up in kitchens around the world. Imagine the scale, thousands upon thousands of macadamias ready for their journey from farm to table. Harvesting. Picture this, we're in the heart of the macadamia orchards, where the adventure begins. The farmers move with care, picking each nut at just the right moment, knowing the perfect timing is key. You can almost hear the soft rustling of leaves as they gather the ripe nuts, their hands working methodically. Beneath the thick green husk lies the hard brown shell. What's next? The outer husk is pulled away, revealing the treasure inside. But nothing is wasted here. That green husk is turned into compost or animal feed, a nod to sustainability right from the start. Drying. Now imagine the nuts being transported to the processing facility. The air fills with the faint scent of nature's harvest as the nuts undergo drying. The drying process is gentle but crucial. Have you ever wondered what would happen if they didn't dry them? Well, too much moisture could ruin the whole batch of nuts. Mold, spoilage, and waste. But this step ensures that the nuts stay fresh, making them ready for the real test. Cracking. Okay, here's where things get exciting. The cracking stage. The machines start whirring. Can you hear it? A rhythmic clanking as they tackle the hard shells. But cracking a macadamia nut isn't as simple as it seems. Did you know their shells are some of the toughest to break? And yet, these specialized machines do it with precision, gently separating the delicate kernel from its fortress-like shell, leaving the nut intact and perfect. Sorting. But how do they know which kernels are worth keeping? Enter the sorting stage. Imagine rows of freshly cracked kernels, and this is where the real scrutiny begins. Ever wondered how they sort the good from the bad? High-tech color sorters and keen-eyed workers inspect each kernel, discarding anything damaged or less than perfect. Only the best nuts make it through. Testing. Finally is testing time. The kernels that pass the sorting are sampled and tested. Why? To check moisture levels and ensure the highest quality, of course. No soggy nuts here. This helps ensure that every macadamia you taste is fresh, flavorful, and of the finest standard. From orchard to table to your mouth, it's a process that leaves nothing to chance. Let's take you on a journey. Picture this: the moment the macadamia nuts are plucked from the leaves, they're on a fast track toward your table. But before they get there, something important happens: pasteurization. Pasteurizing. Do you know why this step is so crucial? Imagine the soft hum of the machinery as the kernels are gently heated. The air smells faintly nutty, mixed with the sterile scent of the process. Pasteurization isn't just about warmth, it's about protection. This crucial step wipes out any lingering contaminants, ensuring that each nut is as safe as it is delicious. You wouldn't want it any other way, now would you? Packaging. Now imagine the final touch. The nuts, fresh and clean, glide into sleek pouches, vacuum sealed and nitrogen flushed. You hear a soft hiss as the air is replaced, locking in freshness. Each package gets stamped with a barcode, tracing its origin back to the orchards. Transparency and quality are two things you can almost feel in your hands as you hold that package of nuts. It's not just about taste, it's about trust. Distribution. And just when you think the journey's over, think again. What do you think happens next? The nuts, now protected in their little nitrogen cocoons, are shipped off across the world. From farm to your local store shelf in under 24 hours. The crunch, the flavor, the yumminess of the nut, still as fresh as the moment that they left the orchard. Cashew. Now let's switch gears for a moment. Think about cashews. You've probably had them a million times. Raw, roasted, tossed into your favorite dish. But did you know that they hide a secret? Beneath their smooth, kidney-shaped shell lies the seed of a tree from the lush forest of Brazil. Imagine the vibrant cashew apple with that seed clinging to the bottom, waiting almost like a hidden gem. In the 18th century, Portuguese explorers uncovered this gem. They saw its potential and took it far across the oceans to places like India and Africa. Cashew trees flourished in these new lands, and before long, India became a global powerhouse in cashew production. But here's a question: why are cashews so popular? The answer is simple: versatility. Whether you're snacking on them straight from the jar or adding them to a dish, they never fail to impress. Packed with healthy fats and proteins, cashews are nutritional powerhouses, and their demand keeps on climbing. Have you ever wondered how many cashews we produce each year? The numbers are staggering. In 2022-2023 alone, the world produced over 1 million metric tons of cashew kernels. That's 5 million tons if you count the raw nuts. Can you imagine that? So let's tell you the story of how cashew nuts make their way from the tree to your table. Harvesting. It all begins with a cashew tree. Imagine the sun shining down on it as it bears fruit. The cashew nut, it's a hidden treasure, nestled on the end of the colorful cashew apple. As the nuts ripen, they fall gracefully to the ground. This is when skilled harvesters step in. They move swiftly, carefully collecting the nuts, ensuring that no part of the apple sticks. Why? Even a tiny piece can affect the quality of the nut. You can almost hear the rustle of leaves as they work, can't you? Sun drying. Once gathered, the next step unfolds under the open sky. The freshly picked cashew nuts are spread out to bask in the sunlight. For 2 days, they lie there, their moisture content slowly evaporating in the warmth of the sun. Each movement feels like anticipation, building as they dry, transforming before your eyes. Can you feel the heat of the sun as it works its magic? Steaming. Now the journey continues in the factory. Steaming begins. You can hear the hiss of the machines, the sound sharp in the air as the hard shells soften. What comes next? Well, the shells break easily. This is the moment where the skill of the worker shines. Shelling. Next is shelling. It's a delicate task. Workers hold the softened shells in their hands, carefully cutting them open. Inside, the smooth, shiny cashew kernel is finally revealed. It's fragile, so every slice and movement is precise. You can almost see their steady hands working like artists as they uncover the secrets of the nuts. Drying the kernels. But wait, there's more. The cashew kernels, now free from their shells, need to dry once again. But why, you might wonder, as they're placed back in the sun or machines? The goal is clear: reduce the moisture to 3 to 4%. This ensures that they're perfect for storage and export. Can you hear the faint crackle of drying? The process ensures that every nut is ready for the next stage. So tell us, what do you think about this process? The journey of a single cashew nut is pretty amazing, right? If you love stories like this, don't forget to comment below and hit that subscribe button. There's so much more to discover and we're just getting started. And with that final drying step, the kernels cool, preparing for the final steps ahead. And that's the journey from the tree to your table, rich with care and tradition. Peeling. Picture this. The sun has dried the cashew nuts for the second time. Now it's time to remove the shells. But the challenge doesn't end there. What's next? The delicate task of peeling off the thin, fragile skin that clings to the kernels. It's a slow, careful process, often done by hand to protect the precious nuts beneath. You can almost hear the soft crackle as the skin is gently peeled away, revealing the smooth, golden kernels below. Grading and sorting. Once peeled, the cashews are laid out and sorted by size, color, and quality. The finest kernels are separated from the rest. Can you already see it? Only the best cut, destined for the market. The smaller, paler ones are set aside, leaving the plump, perfectly golden cashews to take center stage. The attention to detail here is almost obsessive, ensuring that what reaches your table is nothing short of the best. Packaging. The final step in this journey is packaging. Imagine the crisp sound as the cashews are packed into airtight, hermetically sealed containers. These containers lock in their freshness and protect them from the outside world, ready to travel from factory to store in perfect condition. You can almost feel the coolness of the sealed package, knowing the nuts inside are untouched and pristine. These steps, each more meticulous than the last, transform raw cashew fruit into the snack you know and love. From tree to table, the journey is one of precision and care. Next time you enjoy cashews, take a moment to think about the craftsmanship behind each bite. Pistachio. Now let's talk about another nut, one with a story just as rich as its flavor. Pistachios, a small green nut with a slightly sweet taste, has been treasured for thousands of years. Can you imagine it? The rugged, sun-baked deserts where the pistachio tree grows, holding its secrets tightly in its roots. Did you know that these nuts were once only fit for royalty? Yeah, you heard that right. These nuts were reserved for kings and queens only. The history of pistachios stretches back to 7000 BCE, making them one of the oldest nuts known to humankind. Their journey began in the Middle East, and the lands we now call Iran and Iraq. Imagine the excitement as people carried these rare treasures across borders, sharing them with those curious enough to taste something so exotic. Pistachios weren't just food, they were a status symbol, a treasure mentioned in ancient texts and served only to the elite. Can you imagine sitting at a royal feast, biting into a nut reserved for the privileged? Today, pistachios are mass-produced, but their appeal remains the same. Packed with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, they've become a go-to snack for health-conscious people around the world. But how does such a small nut with such a grand history make its way to your table today? Are you curious to see the process? Let's take a look at the intricate steps that transform these ancient treasures into a snack we enjoy every day. Farming. Imagine a vast orchard of pistachio trees stretching across the horizon. These trees, standing tall under the warm sun, take years to reach maturity. But when they do, they offer a bounty of pistachios. Can you believe it? Farmers tend to each tree, making sure that it gets just the right amount of water and nutrients. And then comes the surprise: harvesting. As the harvest season draws near, the anticipation builds. Farmers watch the trees closely, waiting for the perfect moment when the nuts are ripe, their green hulls still intact. Have you ever thought about how labor-intensive this process is? It's a delicate job and one that ensures the pistachios are of the best quality. The nuts are then whisked away to the processing plant where the real magic begins. Post-harvest processing. You can almost hear the hum of the machines as the freshly harvested pistachios are weighed and unloaded. Workers grab samples, inspecting them carefully before the nuts are sent down long conveyor belts. And then, hulling begins. But what exactly is hulling, you ask? Imagine massive machines at work, stripping the green hulls from the nuts. The discarded hulls are set aside, but nothing is wasted. Water flotation. Next is time for water flotation. Picture a large tank, the pistachios bobbing in the water. Do you know how this works? It's simple but effective. Farmers pour the nuts into the tank and, like magic, the lighter, underdeveloped ones float to the top, while the heavier, higher quality nuts sink to the bottom. The best are sorted out and ready for the next step. Can you see it? The sights, the sounds, even the smell of fresh pistachios in the air. This is the journey of a pistachio, from tree to harvest and finally to your hands. Drying. Over a meticulous sorting process, the pistachios begin their journey through the drying phase. Imagine the warm rush of heated air swirling around the nuts, gently removing moisture with each gust. You can almost hear the hum of the machines as they work. This step is critical. It preps the pistachios for what's next, making them easier to handle and process. But the journey's far from over. Next up, another machine whirs to life, peeling off any remaining hulls from the pistachios. You can feel the precision in the air as each nut emerges clean and ready for its final drying. Final drying. Now picture massive dryers, their heat enveloping the pistachios, slowly reducing their moisture. You can almost feel the warmth and heat, the soft crackling sound as the humidity drops to the perfect level between 7% and 11%. It's a delicate balance, but it's what locks in the flavor and preserves the nuts for longer. The aroma of the drying process is unmistakable, a mix of earthiness and a hint of warmth, signaling the moment that they're just right. Quality control and packaging. And then it's time for quality control. Imagine rows of packed workers carefully inspecting every single pistachio. Every nut that passes is chosen with care. Once approved, the nuts are packed into airtight containers, keeping them crisp and full of flavor. You can almost hear the seal snap shut, preserving freshness. Distribution. Finally, these treasures are ready to be shipped across the globe. Picture it, pistachios arriving in markets worldwide, waiting to delight snack lovers. It's not just a process, it's a journey, and each step ensures that what ends up in your hands is a perfect, flavorful bite of nut every time. Did you learn something new about how macadamia, cashew, and pistachio nuts are harvested? It's incredible to see the effort that goes into bringing these nuts to our tables. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of nut harvesting, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the fascinating processes behind your favorite foods. What other crops or foods would you like us to explore next? Drop your suggestions in the comments down below, and we'll see you in our next video.